Here we go. All right, so welcome to the Q Collective's grand opening for the Open Call exhibition. We have a very great evening planned for you. Let's get started. My name is Justin, and I'm one of the co-founders for the Q Collective. I'm from Sudbury, Ontario, but I'm currently living in Halifax. I am an artist, I'm a painter, and do murals. What about you, Nicole?
I'm Nicole. I'm originally from New Zealand, but I'm currently based in Tel Aviv. I'm out here designing and shaping skateboards. That is my background. And yeah, I'm one of the co-founders of the Q Collective with Justin.
Thank you, Nicole. Now, we've gotten a lot of questions. We've gotten a lot of questions about who we are and what we're doing. So I have a little something prepared for you because it's been difficult to nail this down, considering this was simply an idea 3 weeks ago. So
we've come a long way in 3 weeks.
All right, so the Q Collective is a brand new project. Started as a result of being in quarantine. In fact, this is where the Q comes from. Not queer, but stay tuned. We're going to have a great project coming up very soon that will include that Q. The collective is made up of the artists that have submitted their works to the open call that we set out a few weeks ago. So a few weeks ago, we set out an open call for artists in quarantine to submit their work. And we came up with the theme of Your Landscape, Observations from Inside Quarantine. And this is what we launched to artists worldwide to submit their work. We received films, illustrations, a quilt, all sorts of work.
I just said poems.
Poems as well. Yeah. We received poems. This is, important to note. All right, so we also got submissions from 19 countries in total, which we were completely blown away with the response that we've gotten from artists and musicians, because we did an open call for musicians to participate in the live event tonight. Which brings me to what we have planned for you. Nicole, can you tell us what we have planned for the evening?
Yeah, sure. So we are splitting the night into two parts. The first part, we have some lovely music from Evie and an artist talk with Vered, followed by a little break, but it's a gallery break. So we're gonna spend a bit of the night going into the gallery together. There's gonna be a link in our bio where you can go and view the gallery. During this time, there's gonna be a DJ set playing, and so you can listen to the set and have a look in the gallery. And then we're going to come back into the second part of the night, and we're going to kick it off with some of our film submissions. So we have a little mini film screening, which is really cool. We've got about 7 films. Well, we've got 7 films playing. Followed by that, we have a talk with one of the filmmakers, Roscoe. Followed by Roscoe, we have a little art video of a street artist in Lisbon. 2 more Q&As with Carlos and with James. And to end the night, we have Tess.
So thank you so much, Nicole, for giving us that the schedule for the evening. Now we are on to the next part of the evening. So we'd like to, before we move on, we'd like to give thanks to everyone who's participated in the project. So all the artists, everyone who's contributed any artwork to the project. We'd like to thank Oluna, who is a proud sponsor of the project. Natalie Erb, who's contributed a bunch, and everyone who's been able to make tonight possible as well.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you, Nicole, for that great contribution. Now, so we're going to move on to the next part of the evening. We have some music planned for you. So tune in or listen in to or keep watching for the, we don't know how to do this. This is our first time. Stay tuned, or please watch Evie, who will be playing some music for us, and then stay tuned for the artist talk from
Vered. Yay! Have fun, enjoy.
Hey, my name is Evie Asio, and welcome to my set straight from my bedroom in London, England. Thank you so much to the Q Collective for having me, and I hope you enjoy the songs I'm going to do for you. The first one is a song that I released last year, and it's on Spotify, and it's called Beautiful Love. Hope you enjoy it. I have a beautiful love, bold as the sea. I have a beautiful love, it covers me. I have a beautiful love, a selfless thing. I have a beautiful love to which I cling. But every day I look around to face reality. People walk with broken hearts and souls asleep, crying, searching for something to set them free, to set them free. I have a beautiful love, it's all I need. I have a beautiful love, and I believe every day I look around to face reality. People walk with broken hearts and souls asleep, selling truth and freedom for a remedy, crying, searching for something to set them free. Oh, oh, and every day it seems the same, yeah. And every day we numb the pain. If only we knew what we could be. It seems impossible to achieve. But what if love is all we need? I have a beautiful love I must reveal. I have a beautiful love people need to hear. People need to feel. I have a beautiful. I have a beautiful. Da 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 da. Oh, I have a beautiful. Whoa, I have a beautiful. Woo, I have a beautiful love I must reveal. I have a beautiful love people need to hear. People need to feel. Wow. I believe in love. Whoa, I believe in love. I believe in love. Oh, I believe in love. Oh, 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 I Thank you for tuning in. Okay, this next song is a song that I wrote ages ago, and it was a bit of a love letter to myself when I was going through a hard time. And so I hope that it also encourages someone, and it's called Covers. Hope you enjoy it. I was made to fly far above those things that tell me I'm not good enough, that I was meant to be compared, to put away my dreams, to be a stranger to my weakness. Acceptance was my everything. It only left me crying, 'cause I can't save the world from my bed, and I can't change their minds from my head. Do you understand? There's so much hiding under covers, that's where it shall stay. But I can't pretend I won't see them every day. We were made to be for so much more than indifference. But everything we are is precious, special kind of royalty. Now we war against ourselves, like it's not the same blood we bleed, singing, will you love me now? I'll give anything to be free, but you can't save the world from your bed. You can't change the minds from your head. Do you understand? There is so much hiding under covers, that's where it shall stay. But you can't pretend you won't see them every day. You can't save the world from your bed. You can't change the minds from your head. Do you understand? There's so much hiding under covers, beauty undiscovered, while you're looking for another to let out all your frustrations. But don't you let anybody bring you down. You have so much more to give. You were made to fly. were made to fly. Cool. Got one more song for you, and this final one is a song that I released most recently. It came out in March. It's called Pendulum, and it is off of a new project that I am creating called Contending and Contention. So I hope you enjoy this one. It's a little bit of a fun, quirky one. So yeah. My indecisiveness is chasing me up and down the walls of wistful possibilities. Am I too stubborn to stay, too sporadic in my ways? Am I too blind to see what's in front of me? Maybe I should slow the thoughts, they come and go. They never seem to know. I have to take control. And so, pendulum, I know I shouldn't let my doubting get the best of me. Oh, pendulum, around in circles till I capture some clarity. I get ahead of myself sometimes, running towards the things that I have left behind, hoping for the day that I can keep these shots at bay, 'cause I refuse to be a victim of my mind. Take time, take time, take time. The thoughts, they come and go. They never seem to know. I have to take control. And so, pendulum, I know I shouldn't let my doubting get the best of me. Oh, oh. Around in circles till I capture some clarity. Stop for every minute, every second, the reflection. I've got to keep going, but my mind keeps holding it up. Can't wait to see the end, the beginning. It's got my head spinning like a pendulum. Every minute, every person, double guessing. Got to keep going, but my mind keeps holding it up. Can't wait to see the end, the beginning. It's got my head spinning like a pendulum. I know I overthink these things obsessively. Pendulum, but at least I know I'll find my feet eventually. Oh, I know I know. Am I too blind to see what's in front of me? Got to keep going, but my mind keeps holding it up. It's got my head spinning like. Got to keep going, but my mind, am I too blind to see what's in front of me? And that was my set. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the exhibition. Bye.
is Vered Goldman, which means rose in Hebrew, and I'm going to answer the Q Collective questions. I think that I just figured it out in these last months that my work and the way that I draw is the way that I let my thoughts and my feelings just come to life. Like, I really love to talk to people, and I share all kind of deep and secrets and things that I experience in my life that are really not that good maybe, so I share those with my friends and with my family. And I think that art and my style is the way that my feelings turn to lines on paper, and that's the way that I can share with everyone what I feel, and I don't need to talk about it because any person will feel something different when they look at my pieces of art. And I think that my style is just feelings that turn into art and to lines. I met Nicole, I think 1 year ago or so, and I just fell in love with the person she is, and we turned into friends really quickly. And I hope you think about it too, like you consider me as a friend. And I just really loved her vibe and the fact that she's a female artist and she does so many things and she's so talented. And when I saw that she's producing this thing, I just immediately said yes and really wanted to join those artists and young freelance artists that struggle and really want to make a living out of art. And I think any kind of support that me or my friends or my surrounding can give those artists. So I think that that's the best thing we can do, especially in those times and hard days of the coronavirus and, you know, people losing their jobs and struggle to live through the month. So I think it's more than just supporting artists and just joining a cool and small like virtual gallery is more than that for me. So my biggest influences are Salvador Dali and Hilma F. Klint, but those are the big and classic influences and artists that I got to know when I was younger. And I love a bunch of whole others, and many of them influenced the way that I think and the way that I see art and the way that I draw. And I will not like go through all of them, but I think that the surrealism and, you know, the craziness in Dali's work and the unique style and thought that is behind Hilma's work they just shape the way that I look at a piece of paper and the way that I think about visual things and the way that I visualize my feelings and my thoughts, and that's why I chose them. But I also have some Israeli influences, and I really love the work of Nir Peled, as known as Pil Peled, and I also really love Eyal Eliezer, which is a graphic designer and an illustrator, Israeli of course, and I just really love the way he uses symbols as a way to do art and to illustrate, and he really influenced me in the past year.
Thank you, Evie, for the music, and Vered for the artist Q&A, brought to you by Oluna. Now we are headed on to the gallery, where we're going to listen to Aves Volare, and Nicole is going to explain how to get to the gallery.
Yeah, sure. So, okay, there is a link. No, there's not going to be. There is a link. There's a link in our bio. It's you'll see it. It's the bottom of the screen. So you can
looks like a link.
Looks like a link. You can click it. It's going to take you to the gallery. It might take like a couple of minutes, a few seconds to load. Don't worry. Just wait. Be patient. And yeah, feel free to browse around, listen to the DJ set, and yeah, we'll call you back in if you want to come join the second part of our night. Welcome back.
We still didn't get it, but it's okay. It doesn't matter.
It was delayed.
Welcome back to the live stream of our grand opening for the Q Collective. So we are the Q Collective. If you're just joining us now, we launched a project to. We launched the initiative to artists worldwide around the theme of landscapes, or your landscape observations from quarantine. So we invited artists from all over the world to give us their take on this. And we are presenting this evening. So we are on to the next part of the evening. We left the submissions open to any sort of medium. So we did receive a lot of film submissions actually. And as a result, Nicole and I decided to do a mini film festival. So Nicole, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So we have 7 films tonight that are going to be playing in our mini film festival. Yeah, we have some filmmakers from all around the world that have participated. So we're going to kick that off. And then followed by that, we're actually going to have a Q&A with one of the filmmakers, Roscoe, who, yeah, is gonna happen after the screening. So let's jump right into screen the videos.
Enjoy, guys.
chuck, boing, boom chuck, boing, boom chuck, boing, ping, boom chuck, ping, 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 boing, ping, boom chuck, boing, ping, boom chuck, boing, ping, boom chuck, 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 boing, ping, boom chuck, 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 boing, ping, boom chuck, 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 chuck.
Damn it, I would have to rephrase that. If you told me that inside of four walls is infinite amount of me, I think that walls are essential to understanding of thyself. And once that understanding happens, as a result, the walls dissolve. But they're necessary. They're necessary. There's me. I feel like I'm everywhere except here and now and in one place. So those four walls are actually there to help me contain pieces of me that are scattered all over, that I'm not managing to catch or to grasp or to identify with. So those walls are there to help me put myself together. And that is exactly what is happening. They start serving as the white, beautiful, blank screen for the infinite versions of me. And they're there so I can visualize all the possibilities and actually see them projected on the walls.
תראה, פה, כאן, קצת לשם, תראה את היד.
This is your home. Can you see it? Can you hear it? Can you feel it? This is your home.
Hey guys, I'm Roscoe, thanks for having me. Well, I describe my work as short visual poems with a real strong emphasis on music. I've got a real background in music and stills photography, so aesthetics and the way that music enhances those aesthetics are really important to me, and I guess that's really what inspires me. A lot of the time, a whole piece can be inspired by one track of music that I hear, and then I'll build the whole concept around the music. Well, this project is a little bit unique in the sense that it's the first time I've actually touched on either of those subjects, but I think, among other things, that this piece really speaks to the core of the actions that have resulted in this quarantine and new social reality we find ourselves in. I'd have to say two guys from New York. You have Tim Sessler, who's just a phenomenal filmmaker. Tim Kellner, also very much my style of movies, and I've been influenced heavily by him. Gustav Johansson, who's a Swedish director, directs commercials and short pieces, but always injects so much emotion and beauty into each of his pieces. And then three guys from our hometown, Tel Aviv. You have Dan Lior, Eden Ram, and Adam Rubin, who are great friends and huge inspirations in my career, definitely. By surrounding myself with people that are better than me in many different things. Not being afraid to take criticism, and being open-minded that there may be better ways to do things, to edit a video, to film, all the while being aware of personal style. It's important. because you need to know when to stand on your own. You need to know when to take criticism from someone you deeply respect, and how to filter that and say, okay, he was right here, but we're clashing on a point that is really where his style ends and my style starts. So there's no such thing as, like, you need to know who to take your criticism from, but then you also need to know how to filter it respectfully, without ego, and in the end, just be open to it, have fun. Sounds a little bit cheesy, but when you're having fun, you create your best work, and that's how I cultivate my talent.
Hi, Q Collective. Thank you for choosing me to have this talk with you and to answer these questions that you've prepared for me, that I will happily answer now. And thank you for selecting me and to have the possibility to share this opportunity and this exhibition with all these amazing artists that I'm gonna get to know in the next days. So I come from Spain. I was born in a medium city called Zaragoza in the northeast, and then since I was a child, I started always having some contact with art or some creative issues. And at some point I decided I would like to study fine arts, and so my family was super supportive with it, and I went for it, and full support from them, which I'm very grateful. And I started these studies in a small city in the south called Teruel, the south from the city I'm from, and then I moved to Coimbra, Portugal, to make my Erasmus there. And then I finished my studies in Valencia, Spain, where I moved back to Spain. And then I also did a master's in teaching in high schools. And yeah, that's mainly it. So I do most of the work I do. You can see it here in the studio. It's oil painting. It's figurative, and I just try. So the process of my working process is I try to be fast and fresh. So this kinds of translates in the pieces. So I get these direct and fresh results. That's my aim. So I think it's a great idea, because as a creative person that was working full time, I didn't have much time for to do my own art, right? So now with this situation, because I'm a privilege and I acknowledge that, and that makes me able to work and to spend this time of quarantine working on my stuff, right? And that's something I'm very grateful about. So I just used that time for it. So I think it's a great project that this art that we are doing, people like me get to be collective somewhere and give some kind of exposure to it, right? Yeah, my work doesn't pretend to be more than as I said, an inside and intimate perspective of of what surrounds me, of the way I see things. And this time, in this case, in this personal landscape that I'm showing you guys, It's my boyfriend, which is wearing a T-shirt. And there's a story behind it. Yeah, and my boyfriend is like basically I live with him, so I use my personal landscape every day, and I usually paint what I have next to me. So that this time it was him, and this T-shirt has a story. Now it's story time, and it was our last trip before everything turned out the way it is right now with the health crisis. And it was in Milan. We were visiting some friends in the fashion week. We were in a flow market and we saw that T-shirt. And at that time, when I saw that, I thought, "Oh wow, it's super! It's unique, this kind of T-shirt." So I got it and I thought I'll do something with it, some kind of project, and it ended up being this piece that I'm showing here. And that's also somehow is like the last foreign landscape from a foreign country that I saw before all the confinement and our quarantine situation, right? So I think it's somehow funny. So I would say, yeah, any opportunity can be creative, the way you do it, and there's no recipe about it. And as I said before, I'm a millennial gay guy, which is so that makes me literally be attached to my phone 24/7 all day long, and that's I'm like you're in constant communication with everybody, and also I really as a being a queer folk, I really take care of my community, and I treasure my community a lot, and most of them are like also creative people, and we keep each other updated and take care of each other. So that's also living in a big city as Berlin, as I'm living, I think that plays a role. Yeah, that's how I keep me up, right? So I had a conversation with a friend lately, with Hanne Orstavik. It's a Norwegian writer that we were visiting in Milan when this story about the T-shirt happened. And she told me, I really agree, that everything is all about prioritizing. And so it's whatever you do, you spend time doing and you enjoy doing, it will eventually become your thing. And yeah, that's basically it. And you will get better on it. And yeah, that's how it works, right? I would say. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Hello, my name is James Neish, and I'm here to answer the artist questions for the Q Collective exhibit. I am Filipino-Canadian. I was born and raised in the Philippines. I moved to Canada in my early 20s, and I've been living here ever since. My work aims to say a lot of things, depends on what the work is, but where I am focused on a lot of subject matters that revolve around my community, I would say my work aims to say that we're all in this together. My work aims to say that the human experience is universal and beautiful. My work aims to say that everybody is relevant and valuable in some way. My work aims to say that the world is beautiful in a poetic, sometimes tragic way. My work aims to say a lot of things. I guess in this particular case, the work that I submitted to this exhibit, my work is aiming to say that in spite of the fact that we're all separated because of quarantine, we're still in this together. Well, chances to join art exhibits are pretty few and far between during quarantine, so I was very excited when a friend of mine decided to invite me to this show. I would say my biggest influences are cartoons and comics. As far as painters go, I started off just falling in love with the Renaissance artists, and then later on being really heavily influenced by Salvador Dali and Frida Kahlo and any other painter that sort of explored autobiographical, what's the word I'm thinking of? I guess expressionistic, surrealistic painters. They've always had my heart. I have a soft spot for the Impressionists. I like the way that they handle paint. I also just really love illustrators of all sorts. One of my favorites is Tommy Ungerer, and I just really admire a lot of comic book artists as well. I've been drawing since I was a little kid, and I went to art school in the University of the Philippines. I finished with a bachelor's degree in fine art. What else? I've been working for the last few years full-time as an artist, just freelancing. And where I wasn't doing it full-time, I was always doing it on the side. So I'd say I've just always been kind of working on my art form. One of the best ways that I've found to cultivate my talent is to teach art and to teach drawing to other people. I find the act of teaching really, I don't know, it kind of makes it a part of you. Cultivating my talent is something that I do every time I pick up a pencil or a paintbrush. Anytime I pick up my Wacom tablet, I'm just developing it further. If it's not an act of exploration or expanding myself, then I'm not interested. How do I navigate the art world? Maybe not so well. I tried getting into the gallery scene, and I found it a little bit disheartening. I am more interested in having my art seen by people than selling a lot of art. So that hasn't been the easiest path for me. I feel like I'm attached to the idea of impact more than I am attached to the idea of my legacy or my sales. How do I navigate the art world? I'd say consciously, with trepidation, hopefully, maybe idealistically, maybe too idealistically. Yeah, that's how I would answer that. I don't really know what else to say. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back to our opening night of our gallery with your two favorite hosts, obviously, me and Justin. We really hope that you guys have enjoyed tonight. I hope that you have enjoyed the gallery, enjoyed what we've put together tonight with the videos. We would really love to thank everyone that was involved, all the artists that contributed their work. Again, we've mentioned it before, we're like blown away and overwhelmed by the amount of people that submitted. It's really amazing. So we'd really like to thank you. You guys were a massive part of making this happen. We want to thank Vered, Roscoe, Carlos, James. You guys, thank you so much for the artist talks. And to Evie and Tess, you guys haven't seen Tess yet, but you've seen Evie. We want to say a massive thank you to you guys too for putting on the music tonight, as well as Paul, whose DJ name is Justin's frozen.
Aves Volare.
Yeah. So we want to thank you guys so much for the effort that you guys made. I want to thank Justin for everything he's done. He put together a really nice gallery. And yeah, and Natalie Erb, we thank you as well. And we thank you guys for coming and watching with us and tuning in. And all the comments that we've gotten for you guys. I'm rambling on, but thank you. We appreciate all of you guys and everyone that's said kind words to us and has followed our progress over the last 3 weeks. We're super excited to soon show you what more we have in store. And yeah, Justin, do we have anything else to say before we go on to Tess?
Well, I would like to thank you, Nicole. You've been great throughout this process, and you've been great to work with. I'd also just like to throw out there that we hope that you participating, you as an artist, anyone who's participated in this project feels a sense of community. These times have been really difficult, and this is where this project stemmed from, is that we are not used to being alone. So we hope that we brought you together, and I hope that you feel like we are stronger together. Thank you again so much for everyone who's participated. Thank you everyone so much for everyone who's participated in this project. We look forward to seeing Tess's music, and we look forward to hearing your comments and feedback about the project, seeing as it is our first time. So yep, we look forward to hearing from you
We
guys.
should probably mention that we are, again, we have another link below. It's a Zoom link. So after the session has finished, we are going to be jumping on Zoom for a little bit. Feel free to join. Feel free to, whoever joins, you can meet whoever joins, chat about the gallery, questions asked, all that. And yeah, I just wanted to quickly add that in.
Talk about the artwork.
Talk about
the
the
whole
artwork.
idea is talk about the
Everything.
artwork.
Meet each other, all that.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys. We hope you have a great night.
Yeah, and here is Tess. Enjoy.
Hello, I'm Tess Buckley, and I'm going to be finishing off the Q Collective's virtual gallery night from Canada. And I've got 5 songs prepared for you guys, 3 of which I'm going to be singing with some backing track, and then the last 2 I'll be playing piano. All of them are originals. 4 of them are a part of my project called Percentile, which was my EP on all platforms, and 1 I actually wrote about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so the first song is Suburb Showers, and I hope you enjoy. Suburb shower nearly every heart to wonder where I would go. With time comes clarity, oh, never bury me, spray me where the sun shines. Honey and lavender, silence, the noise. These boys aren't amusing conveniently, but suburb showers. In a world with many people, many are lost. Who have traveled past never Christ. I hope that one of those people goes by the name of you. See, time isn't worthy if you're anything other than true. Suburb showers. I'm back goodbye, so I see you soon. Empire growing, whirlwind blowing, my society. I got an inquiry, change should be bought out. Love in the world, obnoxiously radiant. That's my girl. All these suburb showers, suburb showers, every fucking hour. Dream to reality, holding on to sanity, you're perfectly happy, you're losing all your gravity. Wrinkle in time, went on with the day. A brave new Cause I'm done playing fun when nothing ever comes of these suburban shores. I hope you guys enjoyed that song. Really fun, had a great time putting it all together. So the next one is Bust, and this song it's a 3/4. I have Irish heritage, so it's got the Buran drum, it's got the free reed aerophone, and to say the least, my nana really really enjoyed this song. I commuted a lot during the summer, so it's kind of about being in public transit and seeing all these beautiful strangers around and kind of just recognizing that they have as vivid and complex lives as your own. And you get to the end of the journey and you're so focused on that destination that you don't necessarily enjoy the people around you en route to that final spot, and you get out and then your adventure begins and you don't get to meet any of these people that you're surrounded by. This is Bust. He's got eyes like my father, and she's got a smile like my mother, and we're all just on our way, catching eyes as we wait. And each star brings a new story, and each person's had their glorious way. As you wait, your complex debate. Hush, build delay, and she and he buzzed for the day. What do we portray? Patchworks on the hours pass, and yes, we're all still strangers. And the next song and final song with the tracking is going to be Far Friends. And this song was actually the first song I wrote on the project, Percentile. And yeah, it was that initial reaction of being away from home and just recognizing friendships for what they really were, and family members for the support and love that they had always given me. So this is Far Friends. Could you set the track again? There's no intro to this one. So. Lights fade, days go by. Sugar haze and handshake goodbye. Stone face and heart on the ears. Good days and no tears and nothing lions here. So those are all the ones that I'll be doing with the backing track. I'm going to move to the piano now, and this next song is called, I haven't decided yet, but Someday or What Day, and I won't get too into it, but it's kind of talking about the times that we're going through now. Hold wide, hold to, take for once more. New door just means a new one. Took a big breath, I put my head up. I know that Monday will come. Sunday was spent having fun, and Tuesday I'll go for, 'cause I know that someday we'll all be one. Walk down once more, ghost town with a clean floor. On display, the good man was born. Playtime indoors. Of the blue, feeling through it wrapped around you. Days are what you choose, and I know that Monday will come, and Sunday was spent having fun, and Tuesday I'll go for a run, 'cause I know that someday we'll all be one. 'Cause I know that someday we'll all be one. 'Cause I know that someday we'll all be one. The next and final song I will be playing is actually the last track on my EP, and it's called Blind Meet Day, like Tess meet Jen, and it's kind of just about showcasing my perspective. I think a beautiful thing about art, no matter what the form, is that it's really, you know, your subconscious thought and what you want to share with the world. So without going too far into it, this is Blind Meet Day. I also want to finish with singing, so I'm going to say thank you to the Q Collective for allowing me to take part in this. Thank you for all of you for tuning in to not only my set, but hopefully the whole night. If you haven't, go and check out. I think they're on all the platforms, Q Collective. Okay. game not made for everyone. Yellow, your heart is yellow, bright like the sun. But will we just sit here dreaming of next year's colors? Green hit the eyes, the jungle surrounded me in all their colors. Blue eyes, the sea and the waves crashed over the no lifeboat to see or leave. But will we just sit here dreaming of next year's colors? Brushes got me glowing with the birds they're showing. Stories here and there, lives lived without a care. Colors of me and colors of you. White melted the snow, but shadows didn't grow over her colors. Why would you sit here dreaming of next year's colors? What do you say?